Kia ora and welcome to Swim Chats, a podcast about swimming. I'm Shona Riddell, a writer and swimmer from Wellington, Aotearoa, New Zealand. For each episode, I talk to a different guest from our swim community. Please hit the follow button so you don't miss an episode. You can also leave a 5-star rating or review, which helps other people to discover the podcast. Please consider sharing this episode with a friend or two. And finally, to support the podcast and to help me continue running Swim Chats, you can become a swim buddy for $5 a month on Patreon. To find out more, go to patreon.com/swimchats. There's a link to it in the episode show notes. Welcome to the podcast, Timon, on this wild Wellington night.
Thank you.
I was thinking that you've kind of bookended my day because I started very early at the gym this morning, and now it's 12 hours later and we're having our swim chat. So it's been a sort of themed day. But I thought, before we get into the specifics, we should just give an overview and tell people what you do, because you do more than one thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. First, well, the way I know you is that you're a swim coach, and so you take multiple swim squads in Wellington during the week, but you're also the owner or co-owner, is it, of Bonobos gym?
Yeah.
In Lyall
co-owner.
Bay. So that's a gym for kids and adults. Do you do any other businesses that I don't know about, or is it those two?
That's all. Yep. So the adult swim squads and running the gym. Yeah.
And so what's a typical week schedule for you? Because I know you have quite a few early starts.
So start at Monday.
Yeah.
I do earlies on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's squad coaching. 2 of those in town and 2 of them out the hut.
And when you say early, it's like 6 a.m. Is that right?
5:45 out the hut in Nainai. And 6 in town, so it's a sleep in for the Tuesday and Thursday morning, really. Feels like a sleeping compared to the other 2.
Yeah.
So I do those earlies, and then I have another squad Wednesday and Friday morning, kind of 8:30 on Wednesday, 9:30 on Friday. Other than that, I'm pretty free during school hours to do admin and rest, unless Teddy's sick. And then I work every day after school from kind of 3 till either 5 or 6 at the gym. And then on Thursday nights, I race out to Nainai and coach. Out to Huia and coach out there.
Wow. So you're sort of doing split shifts every day.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it since I was 20, so
Wow.
yeah. Well, not exactly that, but that kind of outside school hours kind of work.
Yeah. So you kind of used to it.
Yeah. And then on weekends, I quite often have at least one birthday party to run at the gym.
Yeah.
I try to get the other staff to take them as well, but yeah. Probably on average one every 1.5 weeks.
Yeah. And do you have a day off?
I mean, like this weekend, I've got 3 days off, so there's no birthday parties. Sometimes I won't get a day off. Sometimes I'll get both days off on the weekend. Yeah. Usually weekends are the most likely to have time off. During the week, not really. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you find the early starts? Like, are you a coffee drinker? Like, what gets you up in the morning?
I used to drink coffee, like when I got up, but not anymore. Now I drink coffee after breakfast, which is like when I get home.
Yeah.
It is how close can the alarm go off to me leaving the house, essentially. It's times literally down to the minute. I usually take about maybe 9 minutes to go from getting out of bed to driving out to wherever I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
It's
10, 9.
it's a practice start.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit. I have like some fruit and bone broth essentially
Yeah.
before I go coaching in the morning. At that time, that's kind of I've settled into something that works, and that'll keep me going till like 8:30 if I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's talk a bit more about the swim squads because that's how I know you. So I think I started with you, must be almost 2 years ago. Doesn't feel that long.
I never know. I'm
Yeah.
lost in time. I bet.
Yeah, well, time moves differently when you're in the pool, I think.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know or aren't part of a squad, I'll just quickly explain what a swim squad is. It's basically an hour in the pool, and you have a coach who brings drills and things for you to do during that hour. And so with you, we do things like you have your whiteboard and you put on what we're doing for the hour. Some of the time we understand it, some of the time you have to explain it. But we go through the 4 strokes like freestyle, breaststroke, butterfly, backstroke. You mix it up for us. So we're doing sprints sometimes or endurance, learning to work on our turns, all that sort of thing. And it's about improving our swimming, but it's also about having fun and exercising. And it's quite a social thing as well, because you get to know people really well when you see them every week. And people like to have coffee afterwards and talk about stuff, life. How long have you been? You said you've been doing this since you were 20. Like how did you become a coach?
So I swam as a not very well. I mean, it's all relative. I I raced, but I didn't. I wasn't the best racer. Um, when I was from about 9 to 15, and then when Daniel Loader won his 2 gold medals, I got a bit of inspiration to go back, and that lasted about 2 months. Um, and then I officially gave it away. I think I was so it would have been when I just turned 16. Um, and then I was at uni at Massey, and uh, so my old coach ran TSW swim school, Scott Wilson. So he wasn't one of the coaches that I had, but he ran the swim school where we swam for the squad. Um, and so I went in there looking for a job teaching swimming,
Hmm.
and I spent a term kind of shadowing a couple of other coaches, and then had to jump in and do it myself. And I can still remember how nervous I was. I mean,
Yeah.
looking back at it now, it's quite funny because like you're with like 4 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds. There's not like there's no reason to be nervous about it. There's no one else around. Um, they're, they're looking to you to do stuff. But yeah, so I got into it through swim teaching while I was at uni, and I did that for it was maybe 3 years, and then one of the competitive coaches left, who coached with the TSW Dolphins. One of their assistant or junior squad coaches left, and I had the opportunity to go in and do a little bit of competitive coaching. I mean, it was the only difference was I was coaching the kids swam in the swim school, and then I'd just go along to meets um, to watch them race and help out there. And then that kind of evolved into taking the slightly older kids. And then TSW closed in end of 2007, and I went and worked at Capital. So that was purely kind of club swimming. And then I had a squad there, and that kind of progressed. I was there for 8 years. So the kids that I had at the start, I kind of moved with them through the ages. And then
That's
I coached at Capital till early 2016, and then I had the opportunity to. There was a bit of our head coach resigned, and I mean, I'd been doing it for a long time then, and I had this I can't quite remember the idea about the gym, where it kind of, started. Um, but I applied for the head coach's role at Capital, and I made the decision that if I did get it, I'd stay in the club, and if I didn't, then I would go and do something else. 'Cause it's very hard to leave something you're ingrained in like that.
Yeah.
It's very hard to kind of off your own bat be like, "Oh, no, I've had enough." So I took the getting the job or not getting the job as a um,
Like a
decision
sign.
for me.
Yeah.
Yep, that was my decision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was sort of a fork in the road.
I don't know how. Yeah, yeah. I think it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
sometimes,
hard.
yeah, things that are really disappointing at the time, and then sort of later in life you look back and think, well, but then it led to all these other things.
I mean, I was pretty. I I was ready to not do it. It's hard. Like the training isn't hard. Like the coaching and the training, the day-to-day training is the most fun part. The hard bit is when you go to competitions and you spend your weekends like like full days on Saturdays or a full week away at a competition. When you're a younger coach, it's fun. I get to go on away trips and but as you get older, it kind of is a bit of a grind to it.
Yeah, it would be full on.
Um, yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, the older you get, the more you feel it. It's like emotional roller coaster, and
Yeah.
um, I think if it was every now and then, it's more the local meets that are hard because you're there, you're working kind of 6 days a week. Um, yeah.
And so what happened after that?
So I kind of I mean I'm pretty lucky. My my, my dad's or was a property developer, and they had a building in Lyall Bay, and they had a unit for lease. Um, so um, I kind of made that decision. I sat down with James, who has a share in the gym. James Hardacre, he's a coach at Wellington Diving Club. Um, I sat down with him with kind of my idea, and then we kind of brainstormed it, and then decided, yep, we'll do that. So then it was a case of kind of deciding what we wanted in there. We wanted to make like a gym that wasn't a gym for kids. Like the
Yeah.
original idea was somewhere for kids to go who wanted to do the kind of gym stuff, but not in gymnastics
Yeah.
because it's
And
quite
just
structured.
make it fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like gymnastics isn't fun, but it's it's very formalized.
Mm.
Like um, like if the goal is to, it's like going to a swimming club. Like the goal is to get the kids to race. So in gymnastics, the goal is to get you want the kids to compete in gymnastics, whether that's socially competing, but it's still you're learning formal routines or formal exercises or formal movements. Um, so there wasn't really anything else like that taught the basic stuff because it's really important for kids to kind of learn their body awareness and learn to move in different ways. And um, so that was kind of the idea behind it. And then we spent, it was probably about a 6 to 9 months before we opened because we had to wait for equipment. Like, it's one thing when you're getting set up is you have no idea about the time scale of I order it now and it's going to come in like 3 or 4 months
Right.
because stuff has to get made and then it has to get shipped. So we opened in March 2017. So I stopped swim coaching kind of April 2016, and then the gym opened in March the
Yeah.
following year.
Yeah. Cool. And so that
Um,
it's called Bonobos, your gym. Do you
yep,
want to explain the name?
Bonobo. I was reading a book called it was by Frank Forensich. Uh, it was terrible because I can't remember the name of the book.
That's right. You can just explain what a
Anyway, there was a
bonobo is.
chapter in there. There was a chapter in there about bonobos, and how they're kind of like the hippie. They're like chimpanzees are very hierarchical and patriarchal, and they fight, and bonobos are kind of like the chill relative. Um, they're matriarchal, and they're kind of like hippie apes, and that kind of it kind of just stuck.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a cool name.
yeah. I mean, there was plenty of other random names before that, but that one kind of, I guess, it's like a kid's name when it kind of you see it and you're like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Um, so then I'm pretty lucky. My friend's a graphic designer, so he kind of did up a logo and did all that. And then yeah,
Cool. And you were talking about, having to wait for equipment and all that sort of stuff. Do you want to tell people what sort of equipment you have in the gym, like what it looks like inside?
so I mean, we started. We really had no idea what we're doing. Um, I went down. I did my first business trip. Um, down to Christchurch to visit people that made climbing walls. Um, if anyone's been out to in Wellington, I think there's the Clip and Climb. They
Yeah.
were the originators of that. So they also made these like smaller traversing walls that you don't need ropes for, like bouldering. Um, and so I flew down there and then checked out a wall they had, and then was like, "Yep, that's what we want." So we've got like about 10 meters of a traversing wall, like a climbing wall. It's about 2.5 meters high. And then we've put in some kind of monkey bars and platforms above it. That's kind of one side of the gym. And then we've got some matting on the other side and a basketball hoop and stuff that we hang from the ceiling, lots of ropes and rings and stuff. And then I went to Australia for a bit of inspiration to a MoveNet course the year that we opened, and the guy that was running it had a gym, and he'd built a big custom climbing frame, like jungle gym kind of thing. And I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" So when I got back, uh, got a steel guy to make it. It's basically scaffolding, like um, So we've got a big climbing frame in there too, which is also a big hit with the kids. And we've kind of, over the years, we have added stuff, added like layers to that climbing frame, made it more accessible for the little kids because they were finding it hard to climb up, put more bars on. So yeah, it's like a big giant playground,
Yeah, that's cool.
pretty
And
much.
you offer classes for adults now. When did that come about?
Pretty early, pretty early on. I mean, we started with 0 people, and then we
Yeah.
had 3. We did an open day, and we had 3 kids after that. So 2 of them were siblings, and there was one girl and 2 brothers. Um, to start the first kind of week off, um, and then we had uh, a holiday program where we got about 25 kids in, and then kind of went from there. And then I think I started doing adults classes pretty soon because I had a lot of time on my hands. When you've only got like 20 kids or something, and you might only have like 3 or 4 classes a week. There's like all of this time. So what am I going to do? So I ran some stuff for my friends, got them coming in, and just tried different things. And then yeah, it kind of grew from there.
Yeah, cool.
Um, it's very much a experimentation.
Yeah.
Like especially like seeing what the kids like, seeing how they, because I had the background in coaching of like I want to teach this and how to like you kind of like I want to get someone to do this. How do I teach that? How do I
Mm,
make it simple for them to understand, and how do I get them to do that? So I kind of had that process down. So it was just doing it in a different setting.
yeah.
So there was a lot of kind of seeing what the kids enjoyed the most, because the whole point is to like if they're having fun, they're going to learn and they're going to come back. So
Yeah.
um,
And is that sort of your
yeah.
philosophy for adult classes as well?
Yeah. No, it is. It is. No, it definitely is. I think adults are a little bit different. Adults like having fun, but then they also have different reasons for going to a gym.
Mm.
whether it's to lose weight or whether it's to get stronger or whether it's to like feel better. There's like the social aspect too of like I want to meet some people. Um, so it's a little bit different with adults. But yes, we want them
Uh,
to have fun.
yeah. I
Yeah,
just find it
yeah. I mean,
interesting. Yeah. Sorry, go.
no, no, no. So I mean, fun is different for different people.
Yeah.
Fun could be
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I smashed out a workout that was fun.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, my fun might not be your fun. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, it's interesting what you're saying about, as a coach or a teacher, if you want someone to do something, you've got to figure out how to get them to do it. And with kids, that might be through making it sort of playful or something. But if you're coaching a squad, how do you do that with adults, I guess? Like, do you sort of look at each swimmer and think, okay, what are their goals? What are their strengths? What is their personality? Do you kind of adapt around that sort of thing?
I mean, it's the way I kind of see it is I don't think it's changed a lot over the years, but in some ways it has, in some ways it hasn't. I think it's when I first took on the adult squads, it was a bit of a shock because I was used to working with kids, and you're seeing kids. I mean, they're not kids; they're like teenagers by that stage. Like I was taking the national squad then, and so some of them were like 19, kind of 13 to kind of 19. But you're seeing them kind of 8 times a week. So it's literally like you see them more than your family sometimes. Like you're
Mm,
seeing them kind of 16, 15, 16 hours a week you're spending with them.
mm,
Um, and it's a lot easier to, because you're having so much contact time with them, it's easier to make change. Whereas when you're seeing adults, you might see them once or twice a week for an hour.
yeah,
Um, so that was a bit of a shock. And also, I mean, everyone comes to swim, just like the gym, everyone comes for different reasons. Some people just want to come and they want to put their head in the water and it's their time to zone out and have some me time. And they don't need someone kind of barking in their ear. They're quite happy to just kind of follow the feet in front, and it's like moving meditation.
yeah,
And some people want lots of help. Some people want to learn a little bit more. They want to feel like they're swimming better. And some of them will have specific goals, like I'm doing an Ironman or I'm doing an ocean swim. Um, so I guess it's the first part is kind of setting up the program to kind of cater to as much of that as possible. And with adults, most adults are working on endurance. Not many are doing like a 50 butterfly at the next masters meet. Some some do, but the majority are working on kind of endurance and longer swims. So
yeah,
that's kind of where the starting point.
yeah.
And
And
then
I should say that, you're coaching a range of abilities as well. Like everybody in your squads, I guess, can swim for at least an hour, but some people are cook straight swimmers, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They call that they call that where did I see it? It's training age.
Right.
So everyone's got a different training age. Some have been swimming since they were kids. Some came into it. Some might have learned when they were swimming when they were kids, and they've kind of come into more kind of training thing as adults.
Yeah, like me.
Um, so it's there's a wide variety of training ages
Yeah.
and experience.
Is it a
But
challenge? Is it a challenge to sort of keep it interesting, over a long period of time, or are you constantly sort of learning new things?
I think I was thinking about this the other day. um, it's like what I learned after about 6 months of taking the adult squads, I was like, I need to come up with a template for myself to follow because otherwise you get very easily when you're coaching, it's very easy to get stuck in patterns and doing a similar thing because it's easy to do. Um, and over the years, it's kind of changed a little bit, but so you'll know with our squad, so every 4 weeks is a different goal.
Yeah,
Um, it could be a 400 free. It could be the last one was a 200 IM. It could be a 50 free or a 100 IM or a 1500 free. So, and the main reason I started doing that, and the more I've kind of done it over the years, it's more for me to kind of to force me think of different things or change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And most of the sessions are still mostly freestyle and mostly endurance, but it gives kind of a different thread to kind of put in there and keep it. If it's interesting for me, then it's going to be interesting for the swimmers.
Yeah.
I think
That's good.
that's the biggest thing. And if
Yeah.
it's interesting for me, then um I'm more hyped about doing it, and then that comes across as well. Like you
Yeah.
can, there's no going through the motions. Like um, I get very little of that, and when I'm coaching, which I really like. Which I do, yeah. It's like I've seen people go through the motions before, and you can kind of it's a. I mean, kids pick up on it. Like if you're having a bad day or you're not as invested as you should be, kids will pick up on it. That's when they start misbehaving.
Yeah, right. I was going to say, like with our squads, every week you email us with a plan, so you don't sort of spring things on us. Um,
I've been told I shouldn't do that. I've been told I should tell you after,
all right.
because then people get scared about what's coming.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, different personalities and people like different things. But you always, when you're introducing something new, I like how you tell us not to panic. So in the email, you say, "Don't panic." Like we're doing butterfly, but don't panic.
I
And
think
you're
I
really
think
good at
people
yeah,
yeah. I think people I think it depends. It depends. Like people will sit like some people have childhood trauma from swimming of just like having to
yeah,
do laps and laps and laps. And when they
yep,
see something like butterfly, they're like, "Oh no!" And I understand because I used to hate butter. When I was a kid and I was swimming, there was very little thought going on. There was, "Oh, I have to get up early." Oh, like once you'd done it, you felt great. Um, and when you're in there, I enjoyed the work side of it every now and then, not all the time. Um, but kind of it's a very simplified thing. Things can put you off pretty easily. But when I'm coming to it and introducing something, let's say we're doing butterfly, you can only do it at the level that you're doing it. So the whole point is to make it feel good, I guess,
yeah, yeah,
for that person. Like if it's not feeling great, they're just not going to want to do it, and they're not going to want to come back. So you
yeah,
have to adapt stuff. Some people like the work side of it. They might like doing like 625s of fly in a row. Some people have no idea how to do butterfly, and the thought of doing anything scares them. So
yeah.
it's
I'm
about introducing it
I'm
just to,
raising
to
my hand.
where they're at. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're really good at modifying the drills to our abilities. Like as you know, that my butterfly and my breaststroke are. I was going to say they're terrible, but to phrase it more positively, I'm learning. Like I'm still learning, and so
But
you,
that's the fun part. The fun
yeah,
part is teaching people. Like the fun, like the
right,
honestly, like the I wish, um, just like the way everything's structured in my life at the moment, it would never work. But like I love teaching adults swimming. Like the actual teaching people to do um that's the coolest bit because you get so much change in such little time.
yeah,
Um, and you get to see people go from not understanding anything to, oh my God, I can do this. Like
yeah,
that's so if someone doesn't know how to do something, I'm like, yes. Like that's the fun, that's the real fun part.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Well, you seem like a very calm person. Like I only see you at the pool, but you're always calm at the pool, and like you're very good at managing. Like if we haven't understood what you've put on the whiteboard or there's any sort of tension, not that there's much in our squad, but like sometimes in the pool you get a little bit argy-bargy when people bump heads or something. Like you seem very good at just keeping everything very chill. Is that something you've had to learn over time or is that just in your nature?
I've I get my friends are like I was running a birthday party for I didn't know that they were friends of my other friends. But they're like, "Oh, the Timon was really nice and blah blah blah," and they're like, "Really, really? Is he? Because he's not when he's around us." I think I save it all for. I think I save it all for the gym and the pool, and then I
Yeah.
come home and I'm grumpy.
Yeah.
No,
Fair enough.
not all the time. Not all the time. I think so. There's no like. I think when you're working, especially when you work with kids so much, like that was kind of my grounding.
Yeah.
Um, you just like kids are kids. Expect the unexpected. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. I think you just have to learn to be calm because stuff goes wrong all the time. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to be adaptable and yeah, just take things as they
yeah.
come.
Take a breath. I've
That's good
had. It's
advice.
been interesting. I've had some situations. Not very often. Like there's very often where there's been a few arguments between people in a lane in a squad, and I'm just kind of like, I'm just going to stay out of this, or
Yeah.
someone doesn't like someone.
Yeah.
Someone did something to someone else. It's kind of like you guys are adults. You have to kind of figure it out.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. It's like you're not the referee of a sport match.
Exactly.
Do you still, just from watching people swim, do you learn new things about how people swim and how they learn?
Oh, it's like I'm always interested to see how like I'll follow swimming accounts like everyone else, and I'll kind of see how they what kind of drills they use, or you kind of see how strokes evolve over time. Um, I remember back at TSW, we had a big wall of VHS tapes of the 88 and 92 Olympics that we could watch on the VHS. Um, so that was like the amount of change between watching that stuff on VHS and now you can just chuck a GoPro in the water and slow-mo someone's stroke on like even just the visibility of being at the access to kind of camera and being able to slow things down and um I remember the first GoPro I got was in 2015, and I Kilburnie Pool was closed for maintenance, so we were at Thorndon with Capital, and I was doing some filming with them. It was the first time I'd ever filmed them, and just the ability to see someone stroke under the water, it just you then start noticing more when you're looking at them from above as well, because you're
Yeah.
knowing what to look for.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
so
it's all
just
connected,
the
isn't it? Like
yeah
what you're
yeah,
doing.
so just
Yeah.
the yeah everything evolves. So like
Mm.
um I think that side of things you're always seeing and watching different people swim, and then you're talking to them because everyone feels things in different ways. Um, Everyone will understand things in different ways as well. Like you might have to try a few cues for them to get what you're trying to like get across. So the communication side of things is always interesting because everyone's different. And I think like me growing older and I guess as you get older, you become more aware of your body and you become more aware of your health. And a lot of the stuff I've been doing in my own kind of day to day stuff has been about like awareness. Um, and as I change and learn a little bit more about that, then how I conceptualize stuff in the water changes as well. So
Yeah.
I think yeah, it changes over time. I mean, the core stuff is still the same. Like you still you still have to float. You still have to learn how to propel yourself through the water. You
Yeah.
still have to balance. Like none of that has changed. It's just like the understanding of stuff
Yeah.
and the way you kind of see changes.
Yeah. Do you still swim yourself?
I have been so I've had a long term injury, which I've had a bit of a breakthrough in the last kind of week and a half. So hopefully this is like 18-year-old injury,
Oh,
which
wow.
kind of it affects how it affects my ability to do repetitive stuff. Walking is pretty much the only repetitive thing that I can do without it kind of winding my. It's a kind of lower back ish kind of injury.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll still get in the water and play, but kind of training is kind of out of the question at the moment. But I'm hoping with this breakthrough, excuse me, that will help because I would love to get back in the water properly. But I get to swim every Friday with it's the only private I take, a guy named Grant. So I've been taking him for swimming lessons since like 2004,
Wow.
22 years.
That's amazing.
Um, so he's the only private I take. I prefer working with groups,
Yeah.
but I'll get in the water with him every Friday. So it's kind of like my chance to practice what I preach, I
Yeah.
guess. Feel stuff, test stuff out. Yeah.
That's so
Um,
cool that you've been teaching the same person for, what's that, 22 years?
yeah. I know, it's crazy. I
Wow.
mean, the squad that I've had at Freiburg that's been going since 2008. So that's 18 years.
Yeah. And some swimmers have been there almost the whole time, right? Like, I know some people I swim with.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any originals. I did up till maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah. But people seem to stick around for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the swimming community in Wellington's kinda exploded a bit, like the
Yeah.
ocean swimming. That was never anything when I was like, I remember, my my one ever venture into triathlon. Um, there was nothing like it back then when I was training. That was kind of 16 years ago, and it's kind of exploded in the last kinda 8 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. Like, the amount of people getting out and getting in the sea and yeah.
Yeah. It's good to do a bit of
Um,
both.
I get a bit scared in the sea. I'm one of those wusses that worries about what's below me.
Oh, fair enough.
Although when
It's not
although
uncommon.
I learned scuba diving when I was in my early 20s. It's a whole different world. When you're on the bottom of this sea and you can see everything around you, it's a lot less kinda scary.
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah,
when
you're
you're up
not.
the top and you can't see anything below
Yeah,
you.
that's right. You're not wondering. You're not
It's
imagining.
fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine when I'm with others and I'm out there. Like, you don't think about it when you're out there. It's
Yeah.
more getting in and yeah.
Yeah. The thought of it. Yeah. You mentioned that you prefer coaching squads. Is that because of the, like, just the group atmosphere that you enjoy and the routine of it?
I think at this yeah, I think the energy.
Yeah,
It's
that
not like
makes
I
sense.
don't like taking privates, but it's just different. Like, it's
Yeah,
completely different. Like, I like the energy of squads. I like working with groups.
yeah,
I mean, even at the gym, we don't really do privates with I take one kid for privates, but in general, yeah. Even if parents kind of inquire, I'll be like, because their kid might have some um,
like,
special needs.
yeah,
Um, I'll always try and get them involved in classes. Like, just talk to them about I might put them in a quieter class, because I just think like the social side of it is so important. Like,
yeah, yeah,
um, I mean, privates are like learning. If I was learning to swim, private lessons are fantastic.
yeah. That can be a good
But
way to start, for
it
sure.
is, it
Mm.
is. But I think once you kind of have a grasp of stuff, being around others is yeah, way more
It's very
fun.
motivating and, like you say, energizing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there any swimmers and coaches that you particularly admire?
I'm trying to think back. I mean, there's always the ones that you worked with. So, like my old boss, Scott, um, he just as the owner of the swim school, um, I guess that had a big influence on me of things like always turning up, kids always come first, never never have any days off. Thing like a very very swimming or running or kind of that grindy kind of I guess that had a big influence on me.
Yeah,
Just or like I guess his thing was the kids always came first. So whatever you do, it's about them. It's not about you. Um, which is I think it's a very valuable way to look at lots of stuff when you're basically
yeah,
very important principle when you're coaching. Um, I've always had a good friendship with Philip Rush.
yeah,
I coached his son Samuel back in. So we had Samuel at the club, so that's where we got to know Phil, and then Phil came and swam in the. He'd been off swimming for a while, um, and he came back and swam a bit in the adult swim fit squad at TSW.
Oh, did he?
So that was interesting, having
Wow.
a legend like that. He'd been out of the pool for a long time, or out of the water.
Yeah.
So he came back for a little bit. Um,
And what was he like? What was it like to coach him?
oh, I was swimming. I wasn't coaching.
Oh, you were swimming too.
Yeah. I was jumping. Actually, no, I did some coaching in that squad. I did a bit of swimming and a bit of coaching. Oh, he's pretty fun. He's pretty, as you see, like what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I guess my other club, like the people I've coached with, there was a guy named Luke Clark who I coached with at Capital, Gary Hurring, and then Craig, who was one of our other head coaches later on. Like all of them have an influence on you.
Yeah.
Um, it was really good. My last kind of 3 years or so with Capital, there was three of us coaching there, and we'd meet every week. Um, Probably more discussion about everything other than coaching, but that would fit in probably 10, 15 minutes at the end. But it was great, like meeting every week and discussing stuff, like
Yeah.
actually having some dedicated time outside the pool to kind of hang out and talk about everything to do. It could be kids or like parents or what, like competitions, anything. That was always that was the first time I'd ever had that kind of regular catch up, and that was really valuable.
Yeah.
Um, I get most of the influential ones are the ones that you work with. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you see them all the time, and you see them work, and you might take some things that they do. You like certain things, you don't like other things. You kind of it helps you kind of shape yourself.
Yeah. Your own style.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, I wanted to ask for some sort of coaching tips in general, because there'll be people listening to this who want to hear some advice from you, as you've been coaching for a while. So, like, what are some of the common mistakes you see people making at the pool, just in general?
I think the biggest thing in the water is sounds very kind of not woo woo. Sounds very hippie-ish. Is you want to work with the water
Yeah.
and relax. Like the more relaxed you are at whatever intensity you're working at, you should always be trying to relax more. If you're not, it's going to be a lot of work for you.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that kind of leads into the fundamental parts of swimming, which are floating, like learning to float and learning to balance and how you position your body in the water. Um, those are always kind of the most important stuff. And then obviously you're trying to move yourself in the water. So that comes along too. But I think, yeah, trying to relax, trying to get your balance and your floating sussed as well as possible, and then kind of integrating your breathing.
Yeah.
Um, I think they're the most fundamental things. Um,
How do you help people find their balance in the water?
this is the hard one because everyone like it's very hard to do in a big squad to like get everyone doing some floating.
Yeah.
Floating's not floating's not the only way you can do it, but I think it's kind of that playful kind of um, anything where you're playing in the water. Imagine you're like a seal or something like that. Like you're diving down, you're lying around, you're rolling over. Like that kind of stuff is most people who swim well will go through that as kids. Like they spend all of that time in the water mucking around where they don't even realize that they're doing it.
Yeah.
And they're learning all of that innate kind of feeling and or feel for the water. Um, and I think adults can do that a lot more. And like literally just floating and dangling and holding your breath. Doing some kicking and floating, kicking in different positions. So you're kicking slightly on your side or you're kicking on your back. All of that you can do it with fins, without fins, but kind of feeling how your body sits while you're moving, while you're not moving. What positions feel fast? Like when let's say you got fins on and you might do some streamline kicking, like what positions feel fast and slippery as you move through the water? That's another really important aspect of swimming. And then on the kind of propulsion side of things, like learning how to like feel the water with your hands. So sculling, drills where you're paying attention to pressure and what part of the stroke you feel more pressure than others, whether you are able to um, whether you're able to what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, manipulate or position your arms or your hands or your feet in order to kind of gain as much pressure and propulsion as possible. Acceleration is a big one, like learning to accelerate your hand through the stroke. Those kind of feel things, because they're almost like the soft skills that are going to help you a lot. Learning to relax your breathing in the water as well, like be calm, is a huge one, especially for that's probably the most common thing with people who struggle at the start is breathing and being able to relax and get their breathing rhythmic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the more you can kind of start from the kind of basics and play with it a little bit as a kind of general thing. There's obviously specific things if people want to learn specific things.
Yeah, that's all really good advice. I also like what you said about like just playing in the water sometimes, because I think sometimes we get so fixated on our technique and we're thinking about the recovery or the catch, and sometimes you forget to just be in the water and get a feel for
I mean,
it.
all of that matters. I think
Yeah.
all of that matters. I think you can get stuck in I'm following someone else and I'm thinking about keeping up with them,
Yes.
which is super valuable. It's like a really valuable thing. It's going to help you get faster, but also being able to take time to think about the things that you need to think about.
Yes, that reminds me of something you put in your weekly email a few weeks ago,
I know
which
I talked
I
about
found
this. I
really
talked about
helpful.
it recently. Yeah.
Yeah, because we do. We sort of sometimes you're just following the person in front of you, and you're not focusing on the drill or the thing that you could
I think
be.
if you're in a squad, there's I think you can get caught too much in the I need to like move through the water fast. I need to keep up with everyone.
Yeah,
I'm not taking it at my own pace.
yeah,
Like when you're working through a drill, there should be no worry about who else is around you. If someone's catching you, let them go in front of you. There's no point having an ego about where you're positioned in the lane. You want to work at your own pace because that's the whole point of a drill. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes we do get a bit competitive, though, don't we? Like even just subconsciously. I think it's just human nature. I don't know.
I think if you're doing a kicking drill where your goal's to kick fast, then go for it. But if you're doing something that revolves around balance or not so much about the speed that you're swimming at, like chill out and take your time.
Yeah,
Don't just kind of don't get caught on the conveyor belt basically.
yeah. I like that conveyor belt. Well, I was going to say you help people a lot with their swim goals and their fitness goals. Do you have any goals yourself at the moment?
My goal is to get this injury sussed.
Yeah,
And then I would love to run again and swim again and like properly play a bit of soccer. Yeah, that's kind of the big thing at the moment.
yeah,
It's interesting. I mean, it's been through a lot of drama with it over the years, and then I went back to a physio that I knew from many many years ago, and they've got me doing basically similar things that I did when I first had the injury, um, and it seems to be working a little bit, but it's yeah. So
and
that's my big goal is to get back moving really well
yeah,
again because it's something that I'm quite competitive. Um, Very competitive when I want to be.
yeah,
Uh, and I love I love I love working. I love writing. Like I love the work side of stuff, the training side of stuff. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I miss running. Running's very freeing.
it
Just
is.
put your
Yeah,
shoes on, run out the door. Yeah.
I used to love running too, and yeah, an injury. That's why I got into swimming. I think it's okay for a lot of runners, isn't it?
I've
Yeah,
had quite a few runners.
maybe
Yeah, but I
95% of swimmers used to be runners.
but I'm learning that as well. Like it's almost like even with running, like um people get caught in the I have to get from A to B, or I'm doing it for this reason, and they kind of don't slow down. And yeah, how can I do this better?
Yeah,
Running's almost worse than swimming. Most people, when they're swimming, want to get lessons and want to learn more. Most people, when they're running, they just, I mean, it's a human thing. I can run, so I run.
yeah.
And then why are my
I
knees
reckon
sore?
this might be
And my
controversial.
shins, my ankles.
Running's easier, right? Running's easier than
Well,
swimming.
there's no resistance in running unless you're in a southerly
Yeah,
or
and
you're
we're in
going
a
up a
different
hill.
medium in the water. Yeah,
Yeah. You've got the resistance of gravity, but in the water, you've got the resistance of the water.
which is yeah, exactly. Well, we've been talking almost for an hour. Is there anything you want to mention that we haven't already covered?
I don't think so. I think you did a pretty good job of covering covering everything.
Your whole life?
Yeah. Yeah. Most of it, the adult part of it,
Yeah. Well, we
the PG part of it.
so yeah, exactly, the podcast friendly part.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? Do you want to, tell people your website and
Uh, so I've got 2. There's the Bonobo Swim Squad's website. You can just Google Bonobo Swim Squads or Swim Squads Wellington. I think it comes up pretty high in that. And then our gym website is bonobo.co.nz. If you search Kids Gym Wellington, it'll come up like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
We've been in the game long enough that we're high in the Google rankings.
Yeah. So it's been, what, 10 years? You said you
It's
launched
been
early
10 years next year,
2016.
so it'll be 10 years next year.
Yeah. Are you gonna
Yeah.
do anything special for your anniversary?
I thought about it. We did we we had our first birthday 2.5 years in. We had a party, our first party 2.5 years in. Haven't really done anything since then. It's not my forte, like trying to get lots of people to come and gather for something. I don't. I need someone else to organize it for me and then just turn up.
You need a party
So
planner. Yeah.
a party planner. Yeah, I'm not the I don't like being like the center of attention at all, which is
I
funny. Like being a coach, it's kind of yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Um,
Surely someone in one of the squads is a party planner. Like there's so many different professions and talents.
it's a hard thing to do because you kind of want to do it at the gym, but last time we did it at the gym, pretty lax on health and safety. We got a big giant bouncy castle that we put inside the gym, and if you saw the gym, you'd be like, "Well, how did you fit it in there?"
Yeah, I mean, I
Uh,
saw it this morning. I'm trying to picture how you fit it in there.
we 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 had maybe like 60 kids in there. And for context, a big class for us would be like 15 or 16 kids. And so we had like 60 kids in there. Kids were climbing up the side of the bouncy castle. They were like, oh, it was just absolutely jam packed. And luckily, no one hurt. I think the worst injury we had was like a stub toe or something. Um, so I just don't know. And that was like when we only had about 70 members, I think. And now we've got like, we usually have about 160. So just,
Wow,
I'm trying to think of the logistics.
how
It's
you'd
almost
fit
like you have to
everybody
have
in
it
there.
somewhere else, but like it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, yeah, true. I hadn't thought of that. Well, I was there this morning and I did a strength and mobility class. I was just thinking about how we were talking about running and swimming and different types of exercise. And one thing you don't get from swimming is that sort of the strength, and the balance and the mobility side. So it is good to be able to do something out of the pool like that. And it does help with your swimming,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think. And especially as people get older, like especially as you get older, doing some sort of resistance training, because you need that balance. Like the water, you can build strength in the water, but it's kind of specific for that.
It is, yeah.
When you get out of the pool and get hit by gravity, then
That's a whole new challenge. Like when I first
yeah,
started swimming, like once I could swim laps, it's so exciting to have this new skill. I was, swimming all the time and with all these different groups, but I wasn't doing any kind of cross training. And so I noticed after a few months, I'd get out of the pool or out of the sea, and I was actually less comfortable on land. Like it was harder to move on land because
yeah.
I think I was losing my bone strength or something. But yeah,
It is, yeah.
you got to have
I
balance.
think it's really important. Like, and people will go through different stages. They might do more swimming and less of that, or they might do less swimming and more. But yeah, I think anything out of the pool is like some kind of cross training is super important for people as they get older. I mean,
Yeah,
you see it more and more with kids, even the kids squads. They're doing a lot of dry land stuff because there's a lot of stuff you can work on land. That will help in the water, especially around power and yeah.
yeah, it does make a difference. All right, well, thank you for your time, Timon.
It's my pleasure.
I think we're done. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll see you at the pool, and not next week, but
Couple of
the week.
weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
It's
Does
always
that
nice.
does
School
school
holidays.
holidays, does that mean you get a bit more of a breather, or does the workload just
I
leave you?
did, when Teddy was at kindy, but now this is his first school holidays. So it's,
Different
childcare.
routine? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, as one thing I had that's been great has been a lot more relaxed in the mornings when I get home and not having to get him to school. So that's been nice. Yeah. But yeah, it is usually a bit of a change in the holidays. Less time at the gym, and slightly less swim coaching.
Yeah.
A change is as good as a holiday.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you for speaking on behalf of the whole swim community now, but thank you for everything that you do for us and making our lessons fun and interesting.
No, I love it. It's great.
Thanks for listening to Swim Chats. If you enjoyed the episode, please share it with a friend or two. Also remember to hit follow to be notified when I post new episodes. To help other people discover the podcast, you can rate and review it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. If you're a regular listener, please visit patreon.com/swimchats to support the pod. Enjoy the water, and we'll see you next time.